Hello, my dear fellow survivor. I'm so honored you're here with me today because today we're going on a walk and I answer a question that so many survivors have before joining our music healing coaching journey. And this question is a question I have myself for a long time. The question is, if I can't make any decisions that I know would be good for me, that would help me heal, then how am I supposed to heal? And this question is so important because without action, there's no healing, right? Without action, there's stagnation, there's emergency mode, there's anything but healing. So the answer lies in taking small actions that stretch us a little bit outside of our comfort zone, right? Not a huge decision to move countries or anything like that. No, a decision to make your bed in the morning, for example, right? Because you know it'll make you feel better when you come home at night, because it's organized, because it doesn't look like somebody is surviving, right? So if your house looks like somebody is in survival mode, that's the first step. Start making it look, even though you're not thriving yet, make it look like you are, because that's going to reflect back on your inner world, right? And then your inner world is going to reflect back on your outer world, right? It's a loop. So when I realized that I was in an action mode, staying stuck and stagnant and in emergency mode and survival mode, I realized I wish I could make a decision to just leave this apartment that I hate. I wish I could take the decision to leave this relationship that makes me feel stuck. I wish I could leave my, there's so many things. My job, right? My academic career. So many things. I just felt stuck. I could not leave them. I knew that if I did, I'd probably feel better, right? Almost instantly. So when I realized that I was creating my own hell, I started by making very, very small decisions. Like I said, making my bed, right? Making my place look more organized, right? Starting with very small habits, right? 1 minute of breath work, which I call breath love, right? A 2-minute shower, right? Singing in the car to a song. Very simple steps that build the momentum so that your wheel can turn, right? You're not on a square wheel anymore where you feel like you're going nowhere, right? But your wheel can start to turn. So the more and more you make those decisions that you find helpful because they make you feel a little better, even 1%, then you can start to make bigger decisions, right? Leave that apartment behind. Leave that relationship behind, right? Leave that job behind. Leave anything behind that makes you feel stuck, stagnant, and that keeps you in emergency mode, right? But you gotta start small because you need to build the momentum. And once the momentum gets built, you're gonna see that it becomes easier and easier and easier to go from an action mode to action mode. Then once you're in the action mode territory and you've been there for a while, you're gonna see, wow, I'm actually moving from surviving to thriving. Okay, it feels uncomfortable, right? But then you get used to it, just like, right, it feels uncomfortable to survive, but you get used to it and it becomes your new normal. So it will become your new normal. And then you're going to see decisions get a lot easier the more and more that you make those manageable decisions, right? But that make you feel better. So my dear fellow survivor, I say this with all my heart. Please take good care of yourself. And may it be filled with music and heal.